Abbie, this has been our home for a lot of this season, but these finals come around annually, and we've made a really good habit of winning them.
Yeah, 3 in a row for us, I think it is. I think it's a first for the club for us to do that. So it's a really proud achievement for us and this group of players. They've been fantastic all season. Like nights like tonight where everything goes right and we have a perfect performance, that's what they're capable of. You know, I get the pleasure of seeing it in training week in, week out. And we see glimpses of it in games across the season, but tonight was just as close to perfection as we could have probably had.
Yeah, that first 45 minutes, obviously a few changes were made at the start. Some girls coming in getting an opportunity. You couldn't have been happier with that first 45 minutes. We really were outstanding.
We were, and you know, those girls that are coming in aren't just coming in to give the others a rest. They were coming in because they've earned the opportunity, and that's what we've built. We've built a squad full of quality players and real depth. And like you said, they've come in, they've taken their chance. When I say chance, you know, I don't mean it as in that's their only opportunity, but we've signed Beth Everson in January, and it's taken her a few weeks to get into the groove of the team and understand how we play, find herself socially in the group as well. And you know, we felt in the last couple of weeks she's had really big moments, and then tonight she's put on a masterclass and exactly how a winger would play, and frightening what she can do. And like I said, just it's perfect evening all round. Everything just seemed to click and went in our favour. But that first 45 was devastating. Yeah, it was brilliant from us.
Yeah, sometimes I mean this is the 4th time we've played Plymouth this season, 2nd time in a few weeks. Sometimes the kind of attitude can go away from being up for the derby, so to speak, but there was never a danger of that today.
No, of course not. And I said to the girls, you know, we've played these in the league now, and they're scrapping for their lives for everything that they can get. So the performance we played 2 weeks ago was different to tonight. You know, they've got a free hit, they can have a go, they can be braver in possession, and they might have, you know, look to play a bit more football. And they did, I think. And then we've just obviously capitalised on that, found the spaces, found the gaps, and ran riot in that first 45 minutes. And I said to the girls at the start, you won't win league medals finishing 2nd or 3rd in the league. You know, you'll look back on your career and look at what you've won. And tonight was a perfect opportunity to win something. So I said, you know, go out there and put on the performance that I know you've got, get a medal, and hopefully finish as high up in that league position as we can, and look back on a season that's been quite incredible for us.
I'm going to touch on the support that we had here tonight as well. There's a growing red and white army that are building for our games, and it really does make a huge difference to have that vocal support that we had tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got our loyal fans that will travel across the country for us. You know, we see them in numbers week in, week out, away games, home games, they're always here. But there's a small group of young lads that are starting to come to our games now and make a real difference in their not just vocal support, but their presence here with the flags and with the scarves and everything. And that's just a huge credit to them. You know, massive thank you from the women's team, because we do hear you, we do enjoy it. It does spur us on no matter what you think. It's all about creating that atmosphere, and we certainly had that today, and we certainly felt like we had that extra gear and extra bit of it in our legs. So yeah, massive thank you to the boys that turned out tonight and put on a great flag display and a great vocal display, and hopefully that one was for you boys.
And just 2 more league games to go. Good luck picking an 11 for the next 2 games.
Yeah.
Everybody's very much put themselves in contention for this evening.
And that's what it's about, you know. They do that in training week in, week out. You know, it is a real headache when I have to pick the team, but that's the sort of job I'm paid to do. It is a luxury to be in. We're a small but really tight-knit squad, and the feedback I try and give is as honest as possible. We do have to play players for certain games and certain fixtures, and we have to monitor certain players. Of course we do, that's football, but yeah, what a selection headache I've got for a long weekend away up in Sussex for hashtag, and I'm enjoying the dilemma already.